You know, in your career, there are a few things that are absolutely critical to your success and, let's be honest, your happiness. And right at the top of that list, your direct manager. Their style dictates pretty much everything, from the projects you get to the promotions you're up for. And that is not an exaggeration. I mean, we've all been there, right? The wrong fit can feel like you're just constantly fighting the current. But what if you can crack the code? If you can figure out how your boss operates, that's where you can unlock some serious growth. It's pretty much a fundamental rule of the workplace.
Oh, you know the type. The kind of manager where every single I has to be dotted and every T has to be crossed. So today, we're going to explore one of the most structured and honestly, one of the most misunderstood leadership styles you'll ever come across.
So, let's start with the basics, the blueprint. What exactly are the core components that make up this very, very specific leadership style?
To put it simply, this is a leader who trusts the system above all else. They truly believe that established rules and procedures are there for a really good reason, and that reason is usually to manage risk. It's why you see this style so often in really regulated industries, like finance or healthcare or government work. Places where consistency isn't just a nice to have, it's an absolute must.
Okay, this is where we really get to the heart of it. The traits, being rule-based and methodical, that's the stuff you see every day. But the values, compliance, and accuracy, well, that's the why behind it all. See how one flows right into the other? It's this completely interconnected system of belief and action, and it's all designed to get one thing, a predictable, error-free outcome.
So, is any of this starting to sound a little familiar? Well, let's put it to the test. Think of this next part as your own personal field guide for spotting this leadership style out in the wild. Your office.
Let's run through a quick mental checklist together. Okay, first, what are you hearing? Are phrases like, "Let's just stick to the process," or "What's the official procedure for this?" something you hear all the time in meetings? Okay, next, what do you see? When someone proposes a clever little shortcut, is the first reaction to pump the brakes and check the rulebook? And finally, think about what gets rewarded. Is it the person who's super meticulous, the one who dots every I, who gets the praise? Or is it the one who gets a quick, but maybe messy win? If you're nodding along and ticking these boxes, well, you know exactly what you're dealing with.
All right, so you've identified the style, now what? Look, this isn't just about surviving. This is the real, practical playbook for how you can actually succeed and even thrive in this kind of environment. So here's the absolute crucial point. Your success really depends on embracing the system, not trying to fight it. Just look at the do's. Follow procedures, learn the documentation, prioritize precision. This is all about showing that you can operate safely inside the established framework. Now look at the don'ts. These are things that in other places might look like initiative, right? Bypassing a process, ignoring paperwork. But here, they're just seen as unnecessary risks. You have to learn to speak their language, and their language is process.
And this right here, this is the formula for success. It's not just about getting results, it's about getting them the right way. And the key variable in that whole equation is adaptability. You almost have to be a chameleon, right? You have to adjust your own work style to fit into this rigid structure. Because in this world, adapting to the process is how you get recognized for your results.
Okay, on to our final section. Let's try to reframe this whole experience. What if working for this type of leader wasn't a roadblock, but actually an opportunity? A chance to develop a real career superpower.
And that superpower is what we call process mastery. This is the ability to not just follow the rules, but to actually understand, navigate, and even use established systems from the inside. And trust me, that is an incredibly valuable and transferable skill that's going to serve you in any large, complex organization you ever join for the rest of your career. You're learning how big things actually get done.
And if you ever find yourself getting frustrated with all the rules, just always come back to this idea. The process isn't just there to slow you down. It's really designed to protect everyone. It protects you from making a critical mistake, and it protects the business from all the risks that come with being inconsistent. So think of it more like a shield, not a set of handcuffs.
And that leaves us with one final, pretty challenging question. So you've adapted, you've mastered the process, but what happens when the process itself is the problem? What do you do when a rule is actively blocking the right outcome? Well, knowing when and how to challenge the very system you've worked so hard to understand, that's a masterclass for another day.